Best thing that will ever happen to you in this forest world is for you to watch this video to the end, because I'm going to show you what you will need and what will help you to make this very forest a reality for you. You know, a lot of people have been suffering, struggling, fighting, all in the name of one strategy to another. From there, they hardly make at least $10 from the market. Right here in the same market, I'll be entering live trade with you, and I will also help you to do the same thing, because I'm going to give you this very powerful strategy that will help you to trade on crash, to trade on boom. At least you will be able to use it to make cool cash. As this market is moving in this direction, you'll be able to see it coming in that way. As it's about to go back like this, you'll be able to use it to cash out the market, just like as the market is ranging in this very place now. It's a very difficult task for people to know it, because sometimes while you think that it's going to go back like this, it starts coming back in this very direction. That is why many people are losing now. So I'm going to add up these indicators that will help you to place trade. I'm going to enter trade with you so that you will see it and see how it's going to happen, and you too can do the same thing. The only thing I request from you is just to touch that subscription button, just subscribe to this very channel, and also like our videos for us to be able to be creating content like this for free, because we don't charge for any strategy at all. My name is GDFS, and let's dive into this, and you will definitely like it. All right, let's add some indicators. The first thing we are going to be adding is relative strength index, because we will be adding this thing. So by default, this is not a default settings because of this very thing you have here. This is not a default setting. So this is 14 by default, and this background color is not by default. So if you touch by default, it will reset it and bring, but just add it up like this. Period 14, apply to close, style, the background color. Then the levels, which is something that you must pay attention to, is level 20, 80, 50, 10, and the 90. You get that? Okay, you press done. Once you press done and come back, this is what you are expected to see. Now, before I add up the next thing, I want you to know this, because it's very, very important. You should grab this. Our attention is based on between the this line and this place. That is where our attention is, so that you will not be confused. So pay attention. Now let's go back to our indicators and add up. The next I'm going to be adding is envelopes. Please, for newbies, this is envelopes here. This is what you'll be adding for newbies. So add it up like that. Okay, good. So when I touch it, this is what we'll have here. Period is 10, shift is 0, deviation is 0.120, exponential by method, then apply to close. Then the upper bound, which is this, you choose any color of your choice. I'm using black as a background color, so I have to use white for it to be visible. Then the lower bound, which is the other part of the indicators that will come, one will be up like this, another one will be down like this. So that this is the symbol of the color. So I choose these colors because that is what I want. So this is what we'll have. So you press done. Let's go back and show you how it looks like. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Okay, now when you have something like this, remember you will be needing one more thing, and that thing is one of the strengths of this very strategy. Without it, it is not complete. So we are adding moving average trend. This time we are adding moving average trend, and that is exactly what we have here. So add moving average period trend, shift is 0, exponential by method, which is method exponential, apply to close, style, choose any color of your choice, in as much as you'll be able to identify it in your chart. All right, so I press done. This is what we have here. Did you see this? By the time you are done using this, you will thank me later. By the time we are done using this, you will thank me later. All right, so now that we have this, do you know that with this alone, your journey to success in forex trading have started, except you don't know anything about forex? All right, this is now, what are the rules behind this thing? Please follow this. What are the rules behind this? One of the rules behind it is that you must not trade against the trend. As this one is like this, you must focus on the trend of the market. Then that is number one rule. Number two rules is that you must zoom out completely like this. You must zoom out completely like this. When you zoom out like this, for you to see the trend of the market, for you to be sure, then you will know. If you follow this market scale, you notice that this market has been in this particular direction for a long time, and the market is fighting to retrace back to give this market a spike that will be coming from that angle, and this thing is set for that. So when you have something like this, what else are you expecting to see? Number one thing that you would do when using this strategy is that you must allow, because you are not going to be entering this thing here, because I will be entering the market with you. You must allow the market all of the envelopes, all of the moving average to step into this very 20 and 10. But the most important thing is that you must allow the envelopes, all of them, to step into this place. It's a must. It's a must. You must allow them to step into that place. So once you allow them to step into the place, it now gives you this confidence that the market is going to walk in your direction. Now, once it steps into this place, I will show you what you are going to be doing. You are sure that it has stepped in, not about to, but it must step in completely and start rising. Like you see what is happening in between these places, this is what it means. So when the market starts making the move that will be in your favor, you will see it also. So why the thing is here, don't be in a hurry to place trade. Stay off the market, because anything you do in this place may be so disastrous and you will not like it, the outcome of it. So stay off the market. Then where will you be placing your entries? Your entries is going to be on 1 minute time frame. On 1 minute time frame. Look at it. So what will I be doing in 1 minute time frame? Good question. The zoom position must be, you will zoom in like this, and you'll be taking only, nothing but 5 to 10 candles. For you to be on a safe side, take 5 candles, 4 candles, and you're out of the market. Then this one now, we're expecting this one to come back like this, because watch here, it touched here and it pulled back, and from here it pulled back. We will be focusing on doing a scalping. So we expect this spike to come back and touch these 90 levels here. Please follow this. We are expecting this thing to spike back like this, to pull back and touch these 90 levels and start retracing. That is where we'll be placing our trade. Once the moving average touch the envelopes, and leaving the envelopes will take the advantage of it. You cannot do that if you don't zoom out completely. So zoom out your market. So look at what we'll be doing in this market. Something like this one here. That is exactly what you are demanded of. Once once each of them touch the 90 levels and start coming out, check the progress in the main chart. You will see, look at it, it's an opportunity for every one of us to do. Then how can I avoid the market? As this market is resting in this place, avoid the market. because as it touched in this place, it has a higher probability of pulling back like this, you know. So sometimes, sometimes it may touch in this place, and while you are waiting for it to retrace, it to keep moving backward. Now, what is the cause of that? This that happens especially when the market in the higher time frame is on the move. I mean, to go back like this, like what is about to happen. So let me look for an opportunity to see if I will fear, if I can find a place to place my trade. Okay, let's see crash 300 and see crash 300 just made a spike. Now look at it. This place just touched here and is about to move down. So let's see if we can take a sell. Let's take two positions. If we can take a sell. Why did I take sell in this market? One, this market have touched in this very place, and we expect this very crash moving average to come back to this place. And once it come back to this place, it's going to move back again. So this is what we are looking forward in this very market. But in case it didn't happen that way, our attention, which is the major attention we are running in this place, is that we'll be taking this particular market. We'll be taking this particular market from this place. When it comes there and starts moving up in this direction, trade here. Then your first TP when it touched here, but not minding even the first TP. Once you calculate and take 5 to 10 candles, possibly some of you that struggles with low account, please take 3 candles, 4 candles successfully. Once you do that, every time it's going to give you what you want, and it's going to be successful. All right, it's going to be successful. All right, so let's look for scalping position, because that is what I am interested in. Scalping position, scalping position, scalping position. Let's see what this market looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what we'll be doing. Scalping position. Let's see. This one is already up already. Watch what I'm showing you. As it touched in this place, it has this strong move. The pink must touch the 10 and cross over to the envelopes on 1 minute time. I didn't say 5 minutes. I didn't say 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I said only on 1 minute time frame. That is where you'll be placing your entries. Look at this market. Sometimes people think, what I do. Check what I have here. So I have the strength to allow the market to move, because it's going to come back to my plans. Okay, all right, so that is what we are looking at for. That is what we are looking at for. Good. What happened? Look at this. Do you see it? What happened? Do you see it's now in my position? Okay, so it's not it's not something that we'll be panicking about. It's something that we'll know that will definitely happen, you know. So I just did this one because this moving average should come back and touch at this very point. That is what we are targeting. So if that thing comes back here and start retracing, then I'll be entering to do my scalping. This is just a small spike, although this is just a small spike. So just zoom out the market, just zoom it out so that it will be at the biggest size. Yes, it have touched this place. This is number one. What else am I expecting? I'm expecting the green, this line, to come to this place, then the pink will cross it over. Once that happened, I now have an opportunity to place a scalping position, to take few candles, to take few candles. So this is what people do. Even when the market is not in a good position for you to trade, you have the opportunity to take advantage of 3, 4, 5, 10 candles successfully without being caught with any spike. That is what you can do. All right. Now, listen to this simple advice for everyone that want to try this very strategy. Please, if you want to try this strategy, don't use your last card. I mean, don't use your smallest equity to do this, because if this thing goes against you, it will push you out of the market. Then, for you to be on a safer side, watch how this market is going. For you to be on a safer side, I urge you to try this thing on your demo. Remember that you are not above using the demo. You should be using that virtual part of trading for you to be sure of what you are doing. Then try this thing severally and see how accurate you can be. Don't see videos on YouTube and rush with your live trade. And most times, when you don't have all the knowledge required, then you'll be messing yourself up thinking that the strategy is not working. At least I've done this one right in your face, that this is what I demand that this market should do, because it have touched the 90 levels and now cross over to the crossover to the pink line and the white line. So it's supposed to move down to this place. So zoom it out. Take your trade only on 1 minute time frame. Then when you are doing your scalping, take only but 5 to 4 candles. If you follow the trend and you see that this market is going to give you what you want from the higher time frame, like as this market is ranging at this spot now, if this thing continue to move like this, that is to say that this one will cross over to this place, and by so doing, any scalping in this place can give you exactly what you want. Let me show you a trade I entered using look at this thing. This is the trade I entered from this angle, and ever since I placed the trade, it was a scalping one. Look at it. Did you see it? A crossing from the higher time frame. I did the same thing I showed you, a crossing from a higher time frame. Then I followed the same thing, and this is where the market is now. So, and this is the profit. Somebody will say, why don't you close this thing? Remember that when you have the reason people rush into the market, jump in and jump out, is when they lack equity. And when they see small money like this, they will be shaking. Check what we have here and check what we have here. You will see that I'm not in a hurry. So this is how trading should be. But in case you are not up to this level, please, I beg you, don't risk that your little capital protect it. The primary assignment of every forex trader is to protect your capital, because it is the strength of every trader. What makes you a professional trader is not that you have enough money. No, what makes you a professional trader is that you always protect your trade to remain in the trade. All right. So try this very thing and you will definitely make good cash. Now, finally, let me show you one more thing that will be adding to this thing, because it's going to be a bonus. It's going to be a bonus. I will be doing something here. Let me add it up on the main chart. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Then finally, I'll be adding moving average trade. The same thing I dropped on the lower side. I now have it on the main chart. Now, look at what you'll be needing in this place for total clarity. For total clarity, so that you will not mess things up. Now, with this, it will help you to confirm things. Why I didn't add it at the initial stage is so that it will not bring confusion to you. Now, look at this. Now, look at this. If you check what I said earlier, you will notice that this thing here is the position that you should be placing. I told you that this thing should come back from there to this place, then and give us this thing for us to make this move. Now, if you calculate what you have from here, you will see you have 1, 2, and 3. But there is something I want you to know. What is that thing? With this thing on the screen, more there is more to what you can do than when you don't have it at all. Watch here. When this thing cross over to this place, this thing came down here. There was a spike here, though it was not visible. Then from this angle, if this pink should cross over to this place, it gives you more accurate move. Watch here, watch here, and watch here. This is just what I want you to see. So with this single move of market, you can make more profit than when you are using this one alone. Get that straight. So once you have that, allow this thing to cross over, because it's going to it's going to help you to find that fake signals. So look at what I just showed you here. And now from here, it crossover. You have 1, 2, 3. This one now is 4. And you can, what are you doing with the market already? You must have closed already, because if you don't have enough capital to trade, because it have touched this very place. As simple as that, you'll be entering and you'll be leaving the trade. Try this, you will smile to the bank this week. Try this. It works on boom 1000, crash 1000, boom 500, crash 500, crash 300, and boom 300. I have used this thing on jump index. Please don't do this on jump index, because it is a little bit complicating. It is a little bit complicating. I have used this on jump index. So if you are not good at forex trading, maybe you have been losing more on those things, please avoid it, because before, when it's about to form the head, it can confuse you. So if you want to do this on boom jump index, please be careful, because it still work on jump index, but it carries a little confusion, which not everyone can hold to that. All right. And the last thing I have to say before I cut the video now is this: if what you are doing on forex trading is not what is supposed to be, what I mean is that you have been fighting to make profit every single now and then. You make profit, you lose it, you grow, you blow, you do every single thing to remain profitable. At the end of the day, you are not. Why not look for someone that will put you through? At least there are people who I know that they are doing well before, but not that really well. But when they roll into the mentorship class and they find out why they have been losing all those things, sometimes just 1 week with them, they are out and they have corrected the errors. And none of them ever regret paying for mentorship. So why do you want to be wasting your money, keep trying for years, for weeks, and for months without any results? Try this and you will get the positive results. And if this thing is not working for you, look for a mentor to put you through. Making money in forex trading is not by gazing, it's by knowledge. And nobody is called to be a forex trader. It's just a skill. It just like when you want to learn to play musical instrument. If you don't know how to play it, it will be so frustrating. And nobody is called to do that. It is the attention you give to it that will give you what you want. My name is GDFS, and I want to say stay tuned and keep watching our videos and keep practicing and keep making real money. Winning should be your habit. GDFS, love you.